Well, good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you all are having an incredible day. I hope that all is well, and if not, I hope that all begins to get better. I was just sitting here while I have a little bit before I have to go into a meeting. I was just thinking about the follow up. I think it's pretty important that I follow up to the video that I did as it related to my brother's passing. And I kind of gave a short video, short clip of how I processed my emotions, how I processed my feelings. And in light of everything that is going on um, as a result of Hurricane Helene and all of the disaster, destruction, and even loss of life, I thought that it would be fitting to jump on and do this live and just kind of talk through how I processed and am still processing my own grief. I know that there is no comparison to anything that has happened, to the many lives, to the many families that were affected and some destroyed by this storm. But I did want to kind of share how I process my grief in hopes that it will help someone else kind of manage and process your own grief as families are grieving the loss of their homes, the loss of their family members, the loss of their life, if you will. That's especially here in the areas in North Carolina. So as I was processing the grief of the loss of my brother, I at first I experienced the normal feelings that you have as someone who is grieving. I mean, I was feeling abandoned. I was feeling powerless. I was feeling disappointed and very extremely sad. And I at first was trying to just be strong, for my mom and for my other brothers. There's five of us, as I mentioned before. So I was feeling all the things, and as I was feeling those things, I was trying to find the best way to process how I was feeling, so that my grief and the process of me going through my grief was not prolonged because I didn't feel what I was feeling. Because this is one thing I know, that you need to feel what you feel, and then you need to identify. As you identify what you feel, you process through those feelings. And as I was saying before, I was feeling so abandoned. I was feeling powerless. I was feeling like, like, hey, what is happening here? But as the days went on, I began to ask myself. First, I identified, and I kind of pulled my top four, as I showed in one of my posts. Showed the top four emotions that I was feeling in the beginning, and I asked myself these questions. I said, "Is this feeling helpful?" I asked myself, "Is this feeling true? Is this feeling right? And is this feeling healthy?" And I asked myself those questions for each feeling that I had, every emotion that I was feeling, that I named my top four emotions. And I asked myself, is this what it really is? And I think that as I begin to really think about it, I begin to filter it through the Word of God. I begin to filter it through, my own well being. And is this going to be beneficial for my life as I go forward? Or is this something I need to process through so that I can, in a healthy and the best way, begin to move forward? So as the days went on and I answered those questions, and this is what I want to say to you, that the answers to those questions are not like universal. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to feel the same about how they feel or answer any questions that you ask of yourself the same way, because we all grieve differently. We all grieve, but we may not all grieve the same way. And so I don't want anyone to think for a moment that I'm asking of anyone to grieve the way that I grieved, or to process the way that I've processed. And as you do grieve, I think it is important that you ensure that you do grieve and that you don't let it lie dormant until one day somehow the right situation, the right trigger, uh, causes it all to kind of come crashing down on you. So I think it's very healthy, and I think that any therapist, any counselor will probably tell you the same. And if there is anyone out there um, that you feel that you need a counselor, I know plenty of them that I can recommend you to. So I don't want anyone to feel that you are alone, that you are the only one, and that there's no help or any hope for you, because there is help and there is hope. And so, with that being said, as I was saying before, I was processing through those feelings. And as I began to answer the questions of myself about those feelings, then I begin to be able to find the right answers, start moving toward the right feelings or the best feelings, the healthier feelings, and process through a little bit better than I was in the beginning. And so after, I did want to kind of update you all that after, my brother's funeral service, I want you to know that everything went well. Um, it was a celebration. It was a celebration of his life. And I'm thankful to God that he worked it in such a way that my mom she was, she was pleased, and all of my family that were there, that everyone was not in a place of sadness, but in a place of rejoicing that we had the time we had with him, and that not only did we rejoice in having him, but just to kind of talk about some of the times that we shared with him. I thought it was really a beautiful service, and so I'm thankful to God for that. So back to what I was saying, the feelings that I started having after I was having the initial sadness, feelings of abandonment, the feelings of, disappointment and powerlessness. My feelings began to change, and I started feeling optimistic and encouraged. I started feeling joyful again, peaceful again. I started feeling powerful, y'all. Let me just keep it real, that when it comes to our emotions and our feelings, we're in charge of them. They're not in charge of us. So when I say I felt powerful in that I am able to control my emotions and they not control me, and me be able to think about what happened, process it in my mind, and know that it's not uh it's not the end of everything. And the one thing that I think I shared on the other video, I think I did, that I shared that I was not concerned about my brother's salvation, his resting place, because I led him to Christ myself. So I know that he's in a better place. And so as I begin to think about the things that I know instead of the things that I was feeling, I began to be joyful again, optimistic, peaceful, and powerful. And so as time went on and still going on even now, I'm still feeling the same encouragement. I'm still feeling joyful, peaceful, and powerful. And many are asking, sometimes on a daily basis, how are you doing? How's your mom? How's your family? How's your brothers? I think that we're all processing through our grief, I think in a healthy way. So I'm happy to report that all is well. All is well. And so I just wanted to jump on here and talk through that a little bit. And then also to encourage those that are going through something right now, that there's no storm. And I know this sounds cliche, but I want to say it because I've lived it. There's no storm that lasts always. And I've never seen where there was destruction that continued and it lasted forever. And so I just want to encourage you to feel what you feel, process through your feelings, and see the light, if you will, at the end of the tunnel. See that this is not the end of everything. This is not the end. You are still here. And guess what? If you're still here, there's still more that you have to do. And so I just wanted to jump on and encourage you all in that. I hope that you all have an amazing remaining of your Wednesday. And just know that I am praying for all of the families, all of those who have suffered loss of life or loss of livelihood, loss of things. I am praying for you all. And I want to encourage those of you that might be watching this that you would find one of the organizations that are truly not just trying to capitalize on getting money, saying that they're helping people and they're not, but those that are reputable, that are actually helping those families that are in need and helping with this disaster relief. I would encourage you, if you can, to get in contact with one of these organizations, and if you can support. All right, y'all. Until next time, enjoy your day.